Congressman, it's great to have you on the program. The Jason Act, stopping illegal immigrants and legal immigrants during times of national security, during times when there's a threat to national security, sounds like a plan to me, Congressman.
Absolutely. Great to be with you, Addison. And that sounds like a plan because it is a good plan. And I'm very happy to be on Cat K-Mac's bill. These are just the kinds of policies that need to be enforced. Unfortunately, getting this through under Nancy Pelosi or having Joe Biden sign it or having, and even if it passed, I'm not sure Alejandro Mayorkas, the DHS secretary, would even abide by it, since they absolutely do not abide by their oaths of office to follow the law and to uphold the Constitution of the United States as they swore when they were sworn in.
Well, and Congressman, this is something that people on both sides sometimes are a little timid to talk about. The right is obviously, they're okay with shutting down illegal immigration because it's breaking our laws. The left wants to keep the border wide open to them. But this bill says all aliens or any class of aliens. That does imply that, hey, we have hundreds of thousands of people coming across the border. Sorry to the people who are trying to do it the right way. We can't handle this right now, so you're going to have to wait at least a little longer. That's what this bill says. A lot of people, even on the right, don't want to have that conversation. There's people that say, oh, we should staple green cards to the back of, or staple citizenship to the back of every green card, college diploma. Anyone that comes here legally, they should just be granted citizenship automatically. This bill says, well, we need to look out for the people that are already in this country and take care of them before we worry about bringing anyone else in, even legally.
No question about that. We also have visa overstayers to the tune of well over 1 million.
Yeah.
And then, of course, under the Biden administration, we had another 203,000 that were apprehended coming across the border this past month, and that doesn't even include the gotaways.
Right.
Since Biden has taken office, we've had, if you include gotaways, what that means is people who were detected on our technology and our sensors, but we're not able to apprehend them, which is roughly about 800,000 to 900,000. We've had well over 4 million individuals come across our borders illegally, and they are just it's simply out of control. The drug cartels are in control of our border. We have been thrown to the wolves by this Biden administration. They have a strategy to allow as many possible into our country and put them on a path to citizenship and voting. And so this is exactly what we're faced with: enormous surges in crime, tens of thousands of convicted felons who have already been convicted, served time, and deported. These are illegals, and now coming back in. Gangs, and then we have our own homegrown domestic criminals that have been turned loose because of blue jurisdictions, DAs, and Democrat judges that simply don't want to keep anyone in jail. That Fetterman fellow in Pennsylvania is one that comes to mind that wants to let everyone out. And so as a consequence, the United States of America is now inundated with criminal activity coming through across the border, and our own homegrown criminal activity. And then at the same time want to take away our Second Amendment rights. It is unbelievable what this Biden administration is trying to wreak, the havoc they're trying to wreak on America, and leave us defenseless.
Well, I think the American people, by and large, are starting to wake up to that, to the doom that Biden has destined us to. You have Jen Psaki even admitting on with her new gig with MSNBC that, hey, if the midterms are a referendum on the president, the job he's been doing with crime, the Democrats are doomed. They're doomed to lose in the midterms. Your thoughts on her saying that, because you could not get her to say utter a peep of honesty. All she did was shill for this president. So it's funny to hear her say, but it's also frustrating, Congressman, because she was his spokesperson. So she is essentially admitting to being a pathological liar.
Let me just say this. You took the words out of my mouth. It's refreshing to hear Jen Psaki tell the truth,
Yeah.
because we certainly didn't hear that. As you said, the shilling that was going on when she was the press secretary for the White House during her period of service there. Incredibly, now she's telling the truth. And if this is a referendum on crime and on the Joe Biden administration when it comes to domestic security, uh, I think she's exactly right. I think it's going to be an overwhelming victory for the Republicans. And but the main thing is that Jean Pierre is still shilling for the president. She's one of the most clueless of White House press secretaries that I have ever seen in all my years, and yet they continue to have her up there trying to gaslight us and tell us that things are not the way our lying eyes tell us that we're seeing them. And over again, we see excuses blaming the President Trump, blaming Republicans, the MAGA crowd, etc., going around and arresting people who are, that are tired of being called domestic terrorists because they go up before school boards and complain about the curriculum on their children, and other things that we're simply being swamped with in terms of crime and as foolish, absolutely crazy policies that these woke Democrats are trying to inflict on the American people.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. One more thing, Congressman, before I let you go that I have to get to because you do you are the Texas congressman. I want to get your thoughts on Gavin Newsom recently traveling to the great state of Texas for a Texas Tribune festival in Austin. Gavin Newsom, you might recall this, Congressman, there is a ban on state-funded travel from California to these dangerous fascist states that believe that unborn babies deserve to be protected. This is a California travel ban that he appears to be breaking himself.
Well, there again, rules for thee, but not for me.
Yeah.
This is what Gavin Newsom is famous for, breaking the rules. We all recall during the pandemic when he partied down maskless while the rest of this state was still locked down. Pelosi did the same thing going into a hair salon. These elitist Democrat leadership simply believe that the rest of us don't have to abide by the rules. But you know what? Let me just say this. California, at the rate that this is going, California and New York and several other blue states, over a period of time, are going to lose population continuously because people are fed up with living where there's just chaos and crime and the homeless encampments, the needles, the human waste that they have to live with over there, and the absolute crazy tax system that they have, and the wokeism. People are leaving. They want freedom. They want liberty. And the Democratic Party wants to lock this country down. This is why they're trying to walk back Biden's statement that the pandemic is over. They want to continue to have control over us. They want to continue to spend billions and even trillions of dollars. And our workforce is suffering greatly for it. People make more money. They're being paid to stay home. On every front, from crime to national security, the economy, everything is a basket case today. And I would just ask the American people to ask themselves, are you better off now or were you better off 2 years ago before Joe Biden took office? Even during the pandemic, we were coming out of that pandemic, Addison. And all Biden had to do was just to put it on cruise control, and we would not be in a recession today. I think we'd be flying high. People would be back to work. I don't think you would have had a Ukrainian invasion by Vladimir Putin. Many of these things that we're experiencing today occurred because of the wokeism, the absolute foolish policies of this administration.